is basically a beacon for scammers and people that want to try and take advantage of CFX members. So just wanted to say, be very wary of what you're doing with your data. And where you're logging in, that kind of thing. There are no current CFX apps active at all. I mean, their plan is to have a CFX app at some future, but we don't have one at the moment. So again, if you see a CFX app, that is not a genuine thing. Do not get involved in it. There's lots of companies cropping up all around the place that are claiming that they're the same as CFX, or they've used the CFX logos and website templates, things like that. I mean, honestly, anyone who joins those business, by the way, I mean, I'm sorry, you are not being very smart doing something like that. If someone is copying CFX exactly, then what does that tell you about that company? So just be careful with what you're doing. Make sure your teams are aware of this as well, just so they're not jumping in, just logging into an unknown site or anything like that, just to protect your account. The other thing is this, there are a lot of people out there that are cross-pitching at the moment. Now, I just want to cover this for a little bit. It is okay for you to have, according to the terms and conditions of CFX, it's okay for you to have another business. CFX don't care what other businesses you have. From a personal standpoint, a professional network marketing standpoint, if you are building more than one business, then good luck, because you're never going to make big money in the business. I never understand why people do that. You've only got to read any literature, any training anywhere on network marketing. It'll tell you again and again and again, if you want to make big money in network marketing, you have to focus on one business. And if you talk to any top leader in CFX, it doesn't matter who they are, and that's the great feature about CFX, by the way. It's a great leveler. You just have to go to work and put in the effort, and you can be remarkably successful. But they'll tell you the same thing. They don't have time for anything else, let alone the fact that there are many other reasons why you should never build more than one business, because the image it sets is terrible, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on. I've actually done trainings on it. If you want to understand why, there is actually training in our library regarding this, but the fact is there's only 24 hours in a day, and you'll hear me say this again and again. If your aim is to make a lot of money, you have that opportunity right here with CFX. If you look at the top income earners in CFX, they're people from all walks of life, grandmothers, young people, people from all races, all countries, different personalities, you name it. But the one thing they have in common is that they've treated the business seriously, and they've gone to work, and they've treated it, if you were building a traditional business, you would be working long hours. That's the way it goes. But unlike a traditional business, you build your business over 1, 2, 3, 4 years, but then you've built it, and your income will come in again and again. Unlike a traditional business where you're always chasing your tail, constantly having to get those next sales and next sales. So it is worthwhile putting in the effort. But as I said, the key thing is this: it takes effort. And I think sometimes people look at joining other businesses because they're hoping just to sort of, like a Hail Mary, sales and next sales. So it is worthwhile putting in the effort. But as I said, the key thing is this: it takes effort. And I think sometimes people look at joining other businesses because they're hoping just to sort of, like a Hail Mary, get into that business first and land a couple of big players and sit back and watch the money come in. Guys, it does not work like that. If you want to make big money in network marketing, you have to treat it like a real business and go to work. And as I said, you cannot do two businesses at once. If your aim is to make a lot of money, if you want to make a few quid, fine. But it's really not a smart thing to do from that point of view. But as I said, the company doesn't mind. If you really want to do that, then fine. It's your business decision. It's not a good one, but there we go. The other thing I would also comment is, why on earth are you looking at anything else when you've got the best business I've seen in 20 years? We're going to be looking at some of the features of the rewards plan in a minute. But when you understand this rewards plan, it's like, why on earth would you look at anything else? I mean, it is insane what you can earn with CFX in a business that is, setting up to be a legacy company. Virtually everything else out there, I get pitched on everything, left, right, center, and even just a cursory glance, I can see virtually all of them are scams, Ponzi's, not going to last, etc. So you jumping into other things is really not a smart thing. When you've got a gold mine, right here. But the final point is this: whilst you're allowed to have another business, you are not allowed to cross pitch. And cross pitching is where you happen to be talking to someone and you say to them, by the way, I'm doing something else. You should have a look at it too. That's cross pitching, guys. And if you are caught by the company, you will get thrown out. So most of the people on this call probably are not doing that. But there may be people in your team doing that. So tell them, A, it's not smart, and B, you will get thrown out, which is really not smart. Because if you're thrown out in CFX, you've just missed out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So make certain that you are, not cross-pitching. If you want to do another business, that's fine, but just make sure that you're not telling other people, certainly other people in your downline or in other businesses or online or anything like that, because you will get thrown out of CFX and you will regret that for the rest of your life as this company moves forward. So just wanted to cover that because it's important just to cover these things from time to time, just to make sure that people are not making silly mistakes and ending up potentially losing out on an absolute fortune with CFX as we move forward. He's been the number one income earner at 3 businesses previous to CFX. And in fact, he is a number one income earner with another business at the moment. And he's been with that company, I think, for 15 years, never looked at anything else until he was introduced to CFX. CFX is the first business that turned his head. And what he's done with that other business, he's left it alone. He's not shown anyone in that business what he's doing with CFX, and he's built his business from scratch, which again I think shows tremendous credibility in what he's doing. So this is a gentleman that has a lot of experience. He's very experienced in online marketing, so anyway, today we're going to be talking about certain key aspects of the rewards plan and understanding the difference between them, because it is important. Because again, once you grasp the rewards plan, you know the income potential that you've got with this business. So without further ado, let me pass you over to Ray.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. As Richard said, this is an international call. I trust you can all see my screen. I'm sure you'll shout out and tell me if you can't. Just before I begin, I absolutely concur 100% with everything Richard just said. As many of you know, I'm in another company, and that company is in a position where I don't have to attend to it, my other network marketing company. And so I've given 1,085% of my time and attention to Cash FX since the moment I joined the business, because I knew if I was going to be successful in Cash FX, I needed to give it everything I had. And not touch anything else, not focus on anything else, and not get distracted by bright, shiny object syndrome, the latest thing. As Richard said, I've been in this industry 38 years, been with my last company nearly 16 years now, and this is the only thing that's turned my head in that 16-year period. And like Richard, I have seen it all. And in fact, interestingly, many of the businesses that were around a year ago when I started in this business, and I won't mention any names, and everyone said, those businesses are the latest, greatest things. They're gone, finished. We're still here, we're still growing, we're still improving. We've had some fantastic improvements come out this week from the company. I actually did a happy dance around the room at one point this week. Not a pretty sight, but I did my happy dance because I saw something and I was just so excited by what the company had done. What Vaskar and the team had done there, so fantastic. So what we're going to do today is we're going to revisit something we did some months ago, but it's a key area that a lot of people, I think, don't understand. And so what we're going to cover today is the difference between the Matrix and the Uni-Level in this company. Now, before I begin, this company have done a very, very, very unique thing. I've never seen it done before. And it's an extremely difficult thing to do, because the problem with most network marketing companies is that they pick a plan, whether it's a Matrix or a Uni-Level, and the problem with that is that one size does not fit all. Okay, so if you have a Uni-Level, it's great, but there's going to be some elements of it that don't work for the business that you're in. And if you pick a Matrix, it's going to be great, but there's going to be some elements that don't work for the business that you're in. Okay. And this company realised this when they were designing this pay plan. And what they wanted was they wanted the best of both worlds. They wanted a uni-level to give you the benefits of a uni-level, and they also wanted a matrix to give you the benefits of a matrix. Now, I know because I've designed software for network marketing companies, trying to build a network marketing company platform around one format is hard enough. Building around two and making those two work seamlessly together, damn near impossible. But this company have done it. And they've done it in a very elegant way. Elegant was the word I was looking for. They've done it in a very elegant way. The solution is beautiful and it works superbly. So we're going to discuss today, because we have these two forms of network running in our business, we're going today discuss what is the difference between the uni-level, what is the difference between the matrix, how do each of these work, and how do they, more importantly, how do they interplay with each other? Okay, and are they separate? So let's begin, and let's start with what is a uni-level? Well, a uni-level structure basically works on the premise that you can build as many people as you like directly underneath you. We call that width. Okay, so you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 100, 1,000 people directly under you on your first level. Okay, and when we talk about play plans and structure, we always talk about level. And as you can see, you're on level 0. There's the 0 to the left, and then you have level 1, which are the people that you directly introduce, and then you have level 2, which are the people they introduce, and level 3 are the people that level 2 introduce, and so on and so forth. Okay, now in a uni level, you can build as wide as you like, and the people underneath you that they bring in can build as wide as they like. And I'm going to go into a little thing later on, which I didn't do the last time I did this training, as to why certain things are better than others in certain respects. So let's look at what a force matrix is as opposed to a uni-level. Now, we actually have a force matrix, which is a 3x3. It's actually a 3x10, to be fair, because it's 3 wide, 10 levels deep. Okay, but it works on a 3x3 principle, and I'm going to slowly show you. Now, what I need to say at this point is this: the uni-level in Cash FX and the matrix are, to some degree, completely and utterly separate from each other. What you need to do in your mind is put a big valley between these two things, because the uni-level is something that you have control over by the amount of people that you bring in front line to you and the amount of people they bring in front line to you. The matrix, you have no control over. It's completely automatic. It's managed by the systems and the software in the platform, so you have no control over it. Okay, and you're going to see as we go through this presentation how the matrix feels as your uni-level feels, and how those two pictures can look completely and utterly different. Even though you're building a team. So a force matrix 3x10 is where you are on level 0, and then on your first level you have 3 people. So there's your first 3. And then on your second level, as they bring people in, there's 3 people. And as they bring people in, there's 3 people and 3 people. So on your second level, you have 3 times 3. Which is 9. So on your third level, you would have 3 times 9, which is 81. Okay, so let's just look at that. So on a force matrix, you would have 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, 729, 2,187, 6,561, 19,682, and 59,049 on your level 10. Excuse me. So you see that you 3x3 going down 10 levels, so 3x10. So once your matrix is filled, as we call it, in other words, once every slot is filled down those 10 levels, 3x3, what you end up with is 88,571 people in your matrix. That is the maximum amount of people that you can have in your matrix that will pay you. You can have more, but you're only going to get paid out to 10 levels, to 88,571 people. Okay, So let's look at that in a little bit more detail. Let's look at the Uni-Level and the Matrix side by side and just see how they look compared to each other. So on the one hand, with the Uni-Level, you have unlimited width. You can build 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 wide. And your Uni-Level plan goes down 10 levels until you get into the President's Club, where you start to get that global override bonus on the rest of your business. So 10 levels deep, unlimited width. So you could have 10 on level 1. If they bring 10 each, that means you've got 100 on level 2. If they bring 10 each, you've got 1,000 on level 3, and so on and so forth. So you begin to see how the Uni-Level can bring in larger numbers if you manage it correctly. On the other hand, the 3x10 force matrix, you can only build 3 wide. And again, 10 levels deep. Excuse me. I've had a bit of a sore throat lately, so you'll have to forgive me. So there we are, 3 wide, 10 levels deep. Okay, so that's the fundamental difference. But now let's look at how those can build in terms of numbers. Okay, and obviously this is only an illustration. All right. Now, what I'm going to say about this is that the Uni-Level that I'm going to show you on the left could be vastly different, but the force matrix will be the same for you. Okay, because the force matrix is the force matrix. It's a 3x10. It's fixed. There's nothing you can do about it. That's the way it works. Okay. Let's say you introduce 33 people on your level 1 in your Uni-Level. Only 3 of those would appear on your level 1 in your matrix. All right. And you might end up with 22 people on your level 2, but you're going to have 9 people on your level 2 in the matrix. You might end up with 43 people on your level 3 in the Uni-Level, but you're only ever going to have 81 people on the force matrix on your level 4. And so it goes on down the levels. Okay, you're beginning to see now that the Uni-Level can build completely differently. You could end up with more people in your Uni-Level over time than you could in your matrix. Now, in terms of the speed at which these things build, generally your Uni-Level will build faster and quicker initially, okay? And your matrix can be a little bit of a slower burn, okay? That's normally experienced. There have been cases where that's been different, but that's generally the experience. The matrix really starts to yield the big money as people get into those higher packs as they're upgrading through. By the way, I caught sight, I was talking to Richard the other day, and I caught sight of his matrix money for the week. I nearly fell off my chair. I absolutely nearly fell off my chair. I'm not going to say what it is because I won't embarrass him, because you'll all be asking them to buy the drinks in the pub. But it was an enormous amount of money, okay? And so the matrix can really, really pay you. Now, so you can see left and right, Uni-Level matrix, you can see how they can build against each other. So what I'd like to do is just show you the system that the computers use to fill the matrix so that you have an understanding of how it fills out. So what happens is that it puts your first level in, left to right, 1, 2, 3. Then it fills your second level, left to right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then as you can see, it builds down the third level and it fills from left to right, but it's looking to balance the positions out as it's building so that everything's done in equilibrium, okay? And that's how that builds. So it's looking for equilibrium and it builds left to right and down, left to right and down, left to right and down. And again, you have no control over how it fills. It's all controlled by the systems. This is kind of where we get into the nitty-gritty of it, so you can see a visual representation of how the Uni-Level and the force matrix build together, but that they can build differently based upon your activity, and how the matrix build side by side. So you see, as you build your Uni-Level, you'll see what happens in the matrix, and so you'll see how they build together but differently, and how you'll end up with a different Uni-Level picture to your matrix picture. And hopefully this will give you some understanding of how the two build. So let's assume for a moment you introduce this lady into your business. She would be personal to you on your level 1, and she would also be the first person in your matrix, your 3x3 matrix, and she would go into the first position on the left in your first row. And then you introduce another person, we'll call him Bill. So Bill is your number 2 on your Uni-Level. He's on your first level because he's direct to you. And then the matrix automatically places him in that next available slot working left to right on your level 1. Bear in mind there's only 3 slots on your level 1 in the matrix. Then you introduce a third person, okay? And of course, the matrix is going to slot this person into that number 3 slot in your matrix, all right? Now it starts to get interesting. So let's assume for a moment that we'll call this guy Bill Gates. Let's assume that Bill Gates in your team, somebody you personally introduced, let's say he introduces somebody, okay? So the question is, where is that person going to go in the matrix? Well, because Bill introduced this person is going to be in the number 1 slot on Bill's matrix, which forms part of your matrix, okay? So because it's personal to Bill, it can't go outside of his matrix. So this person has to go under Bill, but goes into his first slot. So he's got his 3 on his first line. You'll see this build out as we go. So then you introduce another person. So now you've got 4 people on your level 1 in your Uni-Level, 4 personal people to you. So the question is, where is this person going to go in the matrix? Well, the matrix, remember, it's always looking to fill left to right equilibriously. That means equally, for those of you that don't speak Russian. So this person that you've introduced as your 4th personal in your Uni-Level is going to go here. Because remember, the matrix is looking to fill equally, so it's looking to balance out all the time to make that matrix fill nice and evenly. Okay, so now you bring in a 5th person. And where does that 5th person go in your matrix? Well, that 5th person effectively goes under this person in your 3rd position. Now, this person here will be under this person in the matrix. I didn't put a bar on there, but that would be the case. So by your activity, by you bringing this person in, you are filling the matrix of the people underneath you in the matrix. And it's all automatic, okay? And we can see how that plays out in a minute. So by bringing more people in, you are filling the matrices of other people. I've got people in my team who haven't introduced anybody in their Uni-Level, but they've got 6 or 7 people in their matrix because myself and other people above them have been filling their matrices. So your matrix can fill even if you don't have people in your Uni-Level. You can have 0 people in your Uni-Level, but you can still have people in your matrix because the people above you, your sponsors and your upline, are building and the matrix has to fill and it's forced. So you may end up with some people. Okay. So now you've got 5 people frontline to you in your Uni-Level, but 3 people frontline to you in your matrix, and then the other 2 went down onto level 2 in your matrix, and obviously Bill Gates introduced Miranda Gates there, or whatever her name is, and that obviously went under him personally there. So now Bill introduces another person. So where does that person go? Well, that person goes into the 2nd slot on Bill's matrix because it's Bill's personal, okay? So now you can see how the matrix and the Uni-Level are starting to build out against each other. And then Bill introduces a 3rd person. Where does that person go? Well, of course, that person goes into the number 3 slot of Bill's first level on his force matrix, which is your level 2, okay? So everything's clear so far, I would hope. Now, let's assume for a moment then that this person introduces a lady. We'll call her Blondie because she's got blonde hair. So where does Blondie go? Well, because Blondie is personal to this person here, that's where she's going to go in the matrix. Okay? So if you look at Bill's structure over here, Bill's on your level 1. He has 3 people on your level 2 in the uni-level and 1 person on your level 3 in the uni-level. And that's replicated over here in the matrix. So that structure is the same. However, if you look at your level 1, where you've got this lady, these 2 guys, they're in different positions, okay? Because the matrix only allows 3 people on the first level, okay? And now it's looking to fill 9 people on this level, all right? But the matrix does respect the personals. Now, let's say this guy over here introduces a personal. We'll call him purple because he's got a purple shirt. Where does that go? Okay, well, that person goes here, okay? Because this person here is that guy there in the matrix, and he introduces somebody, and now that person goes there. So now you can see this person that you personally introduced is on your level 1 in the uni-level, but is on your level 2 in the matrix. This person's on your level 2, but on your level 3 in the matrix. So now you can see that the matrix is building slightly differently to how you're building your uni-level. And then this fellow introduces this lady. Where does this lady go? Well, because it's personal to him, she goes there in your matrix. So she's on your level 2 in the uni-level, but your level 3 in the matrix. And then he introduces another person. Well, of course, she goes there. And then somebody above you, somebody in your upline, introduces somebody, and the matrix decides to put that person here in your matrix. So one of the benefits of the matrix is that you can have people placed in your matrix from way above you, from people you don't know. I've got people in my matrix that are not showing up in my uni-level tree because they're not anywhere in my team, but they're in my matrix because somebody above me, maybe Richard or James or somebody, introduced that person, and the matrix decided that they should go into my matrix under somebody else, okay? So what's the benefit of that is? Well, the benefit of that is that when this person withdraws money, this person's going to get paid and you're going to get paid. So that's why it can be a passive income stream, because somebody can absolutely do no recruiting on the uni level in this business, but end up with people appearing in their matrix from the activity of their upline, and that can earn them money. And that effectively is a passive income stream. And that's why we say that passive people in this business can have 2 passive income streams. The first is the trading pool, and the second is the matrix income. They are both passive, and that's why they're shown in the bear section of your dials, because it's bear income, passive income. Okay, so far so good. Now, let's say this person here introduces this lady. Where does she go? Well, of course, he's on your level 2 in the matrix, although he's on your level 1 in there. So if he's introduced this person, she's obviously going to go here. Okay? So now that's his first 3 positions in the matrix filled. So as you can see, as you're building your team in the uni level, the matrix is filling up and the picture looks completely different. Okay? And that's why some people struggle to understand why their matrix looks different from their uni level. It's because the matrix is controlled by the system. You have no control over it, and it's 3 by 10. So then this person over here brings this gentleman in. So where does he go? Well, obviously, she's over here in the matrix, okay? So he's going to go there. Okay? And then this person, this is where it gets interesting, this person over here brings in this person, okay? So now he's got 4 on his first level of his uni level, okay? Where does this person go? Well, let's have a look at his matrix. His first 3 positions are filled, okay? And the system is going to look to build evenly across his second level, because it can have 9 people here, but he's got one person here, one person here. This position's out of balance. So what the matrix is going to do is going to take this lady here, and in the matrix, it's going to slot her there. So she becomes under this person in the matrix, all right? So when she withdraws money, this guy's going to earn some money, this guy's going to earn some money, and you're going to earn some money, okay? So even though this guy did not introduce this person in the uni level, this person has ended up under him in the matrix, okay? So I trust that that's clear. Now, this is how it works in reality. So you can see that the first 1, 2, 3 people that came into your uni level ended up being the 1, 2, 3 people in your matrix. And then the 4th and 5th person that you introduced in your level 1 on your uni level, your personals, ended up being number 4 and 5. They ended up on your second level of your matrix, because the first 3 positions are filled. The matrix now has to look to the next level. So you can see how the matrix doesn't pay attention to the uni level. The matrix is strict. It's 3 by 3 down 10 levels, 3 by 3 down 10 levels. And it will always try and fill the next space left to right and build equally so that it fills the level. So it will fill level 1, then it will fill the 9 people on level 2, then it will fill the 9 people on level 3, then level 4. But obviously, if your team are building, your matrix can go down level 5 and 6 and 7 before levels 2 and 3 are built. It's just how your team builds that dictates how the matrix gets built. So let's just have a look at this. So when you introduce somebody on your uni level, on level 1, let's say you pull that person in for $300, you're going to get a fast start bonus. And the quickest way to calculate what the fast start bonus will be is that it's 15% of the pack value. So if somebody comes in on $1,000, you're going to make $150 fast start. It's 15% of the pack value. All right. So you'll make the fast start bonus, and you'll also make the uni level bonus. Okay. What I'm explaining now is how the bonuses work on the uni level and the matrix, so that you understand how those bonuses operate. So when you bring somebody in personally on your uni level, you're going to get the fast start bonus because it's personal to you, 15% of whatever the pack value is. And the uni level bonus, the quickest way to calculate that is that whatever the fast start bonus is, the uni level on levels 1 to 4 is 10% of that fast start. So if your fast start bonus for bringing somebody in on a $1,000 pack was $150, which is what it would be, then your uni level bonus will be $15. So in total, for introducing that person, when you combine the fast start and the uni level bonus, the total will be $165 for introducing that person. Obviously, down the levels, you get slightly different percentages. So at level 5 and 6, you get 20%. But obviously, you only get uni level down there because it's level 5 and 6. You're only ever going to get the fast start bonus on the people that you personally introduce. Okay? Now, when this person is placed in the matrix, that's fine. And then you introduce another person and they go in the matrix. And then you introduce another person and they go in the matrix. And bear in mind, for all these 3 people that you've introduced over here, you're earning fast start and uni level bonus. All right? Now, this person introduces that person as before. And now, instead of you getting the fast start bonus, this person gets the fast start bonus because this is the personal introducer of this person. Okay? You no longer get the fast start bonus, this person does. However, you do get a uni level bonus. This person gets a uni level bonus and you get a uni level bonus. Okay? Because the uni levels bonus pays out, and the higher up the ranks you go, the more uni level bonuses you get pay out, more levels. So the reason you want to become executive manager and director is to get those further levels of payout, which increases your income. Okay? So obviously this person now goes over here in the matrix, which is exactly how it should be. All right. So Now let's assume for a moment that this person here in the matrix decided to withdraw some money. Now, when a person withdraws money from Cash FX from their balance, the company deducts what's called a success fee. Okay? And a lot of people talk to me about this. And let's say you withdrew $1,000. Let's say this lady withdrew $1,000 from her matrix. So 20% of that would be taken, which is $200. And she would end up with $800. Okay? And a lot of people complain about that 20%. And I don't understand why. Because the company does not keep that money. The company feeds that 20% back into the matrix, and that's what pays all the matrix bonuses. Okay? And so you should be grateful that they put this money back in the business, because it keeps the business profitable and successful and creates another passive income for the people in the business. It's another reason for them to come to the business. And I don't care about the 20%. And I know Richard doesn't care about the 20%. We don't care about it. Okay? You know, if you were trading Forex on the open market, some brokers charge up to 40% for their success fee, and they keep the money. Whereas here, this company only takes 20%, and they give it to us back in the form of matrix payments. So you've got no reason to grumble about the matrix payments or the matrix deduction, the success fee, because it keeps your business healthy and happy. And not only that, because all that money is being drawn out on the withdrawals, it's completely sustainable. It's 100% sustainable. Excuse me. I'm just going to take a sip of juice. So this company is the only company I've ever been involved in 38 years that gives 100% of the money it receives for the network back to the network. Of the 30% that's taken for the academy when you join, the company doesn't get any of that. 100% of that money goes back to us. Of the 20% that's taken when we withdraw money, the company doesn't get any of that. Comes back to us in the form of matrix payments. So 100% of the money that's taken from the taken for the network comes back to the network. I've never ever been involved with a network marketing company that gives 100% of the income back to the network. This company does, because the company make their money in other ways that don't affect us, which is brilliant. These guys are geniuses, the way they put this together. Absolute geniuses. Now, so this guy now appears in the network because you introduced him over here, and he goes in there, and you introduce another guy, and that person goes there. That person introduces a person, and now this guy decides that he's going to take some money out of the business, and you get another matrix bonus, okay? Because 20% of whatever he withdraws is taken, and then that's shared out up 10 levels up the pay plan, okay? And then this person is placed there, and then this person comes in. Now, this person decides to take some money, okay? And again, so now this person gets a matrix bonus, this person gets a matrix bonus, and you get a matrix bonus, okay? So you begin to see how it's shared out, all right? So the 20% that's taken from this person's withdrawal goes here, 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 and up another few levels, okay? And then this person gets placed in there, this person reduces, this person gets there, and that's how it works. So you now see how down the levels, when people are taking matrix, when they're taking money out of the company, making their withdrawals, 20% of that is taken and it's fed back up the line. You get a matrix bonus, this person gets a matrix bonus, this person gets a matrix bonus, all from this person withdrawing some money from the business. And obviously, when you've built your business to 10 levels, you get more payments. So the simple way to remember what these two networks pay is as follows. The Uni-Level really is about new members joining, okay? Because the Uni-Level pays you the fast start bonuses and the Uni-Level bonuses. All right? The Uni-Level is all about the new members joining, and it's about the fast start bonuses and the Uni-Level bonus. The Force Matrix is all about members withdrawing money. Nothing happens in the Matrix until somebody withdraws some money. As soon as somebody withdraws some money, you get the Matrix bonus. And if that person is personal to you, there's also a Matrix matching bonus, which I won't go into. You can read about that. Okay? So simple ways to remember it. Uni-Level is for new members joining, and you can control that by building width or depth as you see fit. Matrix is for money coming out from income. You've got no control over how that builds. It's all automatic. You've now seen how, whilst you build your Uni-Level, the Matrix can build a different picture, and that's fine. That's how it works. So let's just have a look at this. Now, this is a page out of the pay plan. So why do you want to become an executive? Well, really, if you look at the positions between executive and director, there's actually 55% of the income available in the pay plan by becoming executive, manager, and director. I have this conversation with my team a lot. Why do you want to be an executive? Well, because you get paid 20% on level 5 and 20% on level 6. And up until that point, you've only been earning 40% of the money available in the Uni-Level. The moment you become an executive, you're now earning 80% of the money available in the Uni-Level, because this adds 40% of the money onto your plan. Okay? And this can have a massive income. Becoming an executive can have a massive, massive impact on your income. I certainly saw a big jump when I became executive after day 24. And that just spurred me on to become manager and then get another 10% across those two levels. And then it spurred me on to become a director and get another 5%. So the reason you want to work your way up the pay plan is because you want to get paid out these Uni-Level bonuses, okay? And so you get 10% on levels 1 to 4, 20% on levels 5 and 6, 5% on levels 7 and 8, and then 5% on level 9, and then you get the further 5% on level 10, plus you get the global override bonus, which is really, really powerful. And here's the thing. As you increase your pack, okay, you increase the ability to get paid out more on the Matrix payments, okay? So, for example, when you've got a 300 or a 500 pack, you're only getting 3% on levels 1, 2, 3 in the Matrix. As soon as you go onto a $1,000 pack, you open up a level 4 payment and you get 5% of all the Matrix money coming out of your Matrix there. Level 5 gives you another 2K gives you level 5, 5K gives you level 6 at 10%. So here's the thing. I want you to look at this. If you look at levels 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10, so as soon as you get to a 5K pack and go to a 30K pack, that's 10, 40, 60, 70% of the money available in the Matrix becomes available. Sorry, actually it's 80%. Okay, have I got that right? Yeah, I missed the other level off. It is 80%. Okay, so you get 10%, 30%, 20%, 10%, 10%. It's 80%. Okay, so how fast do you want to get on a 30K pack? That's my question. How fast do you want to get on a 30K pack, and how fast do you want to become a manager or a director? Because as soon as you become a director with a 30K pack or greater, you're getting almost the maximum money out of the pay plan that you can get out of it. Okay? You're getting almost the maximum amount of money. Now, my wife became a manager in the business this past few weeks, and she looked at her business. She was on a 15K pack, and she realised she was missing out on about 40% in the Matrix. So do you know what she did? She upgraded to 30K. Now she's getting all the money, which is great, because she doesn't have to come to me for it. So she understood that by upgrading to that 30K pack from the money that she'd made, she would maximize her income. Smart lady. Okay. So this is why you and your team want to become executive director manager and get up these packs as fast as you can. Okay. Now, we did a training some weeks back about cooking the golden goose, killing the golden goose. I'm not going to go into it here, but I will touch upon it because a lot of people, they start earning money from these packs and they go and spend it. You should save the money to give you the next upgrade first. So if you're on a 1K pack and you're earning money out of your pack, take £1,000, $1,000, put it aside so that you've got your money for your upgrade, or upgrade with it as soon as you can. Okay, that's even better. Just get the first $1,000 out and upgrade, and then get the next $1,000 and upgrade. And the faster you upgrade, the faster your money's going to go up. Don't spend the money. Okay, don't use Cash FX as a financial life raft. Save the money. Build your future with the money. Okay, because you don't want to run out of bricks by the time you get to the roof and not be able to put the roof on the thing. Okay, so I think really that's all I've got for you this morning. I hope that's been useful to you. As always, the video of this will be available in the OneDrive area, so you can go through this at your own speed. We have to go at a fairly lucid pace because obviously we're time limited here. So I hope that's been useful. I hope that's given you some understanding, some things for you leaders to discuss with your teams during the coming weeks. And of course, if you've got any questions, get back to the person that brought you into the business, or your sponsor, or your leader. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Ray. Excellent training as always. And just I've been taking notes as you've been going through that. So a couple of things I'd just like to add. One thing, if that was the first time you've seen that might look a bit complicated. But one thing you don't have to worry about is just go out there and build a business. Ray is definitely the brains behind the operation here. I'm not that clever. So all I do is I just go out there and build a business. But that's a key thing. You don't need to have to understand everything before you can go and build a business. Just go out there and build a business. What we've just shown you here is how the mechanism works and how you get paid. Now, the interesting thing about a matrix is I normally don't like matrices because in most network marketing businesses, to fund a matrix, you have an upfront or monthly fee, I should say, whether it's an auto ship on a product or whatever, and that money is then taken and that goes into the plan. The problem with upfront monthly fees like that is that it's coming out of people's accounts, and it means that you have to go and build a business and or refer others to make money. Now, as we know in CFX, of course, you can make money from the trading, and therefore you don't need to do that to make money. So we don't have any upfront or monthly fees. So when you see another business with these fees, often what happens is the business ends up costing people money rather than making the money, so they end up quitting the business. Now, I've been the top income earner with product-based businesses, so I've seen this firsthand. It was something I really didn't like about those businesses, because you're introducing someone and if they're coming in for the product, great. But if they're coming in to make money from the business, then often there's a challenge there with regard to the fact that they may not make money from the business and therefore they'll leave. The other challenge with that kind of payment is that it tends to be a relatively small amount of money, $50 a month, and of course the more money you have to pay on a monthly basis means the higher the attrition is going to be. So again, you get that sort of push-pull scenario. But if you only have a monthly fee of $50 going into the matrix split over the 10 levels, it's not a lot of money. So this gets back to the way CFX have set the business up. Very, very clever. Ray was calling it genius, and I agree with him. It is absolutely genius, because the way it works is we're paying out a fee after we've made the money. That's a key difference between what CFX does and so many other businesses out there. So you don't mind about the figures. I said sometimes people, they get very focused. Oh, 20%, that seems a lot. Well, it isn't really, because as Ray said, you can get brokers charging anything up to 40%. So it's not a really large amount, but the actual amount, the percentage, is irrelevant. It could be 90%. The bit that's important is the money that you're getting to keep. And that's where you're making incredible money with CFX. So the 20% should not be looked at, as something when you're making all this money over here. Because sometimes people look at this over here rather than seeing the big picture of what they're making from overall. So key thing, that is a clever way CFX has done that. This is why we have such a high retention rate in the business, and why you shouldn't worry about the 20% fee, because the 25% fee is irrelevant to the amount of money you're keeping. But think that 20% fee is putting a huge amount of money into the plan. If you have someone on your 7th level of your business who's on a 100K pack, he's just as a passive member, and they're renewing their pack every X number of months, you're going to receive $6,000 on yours just from one person on your 7th level from the matrix. And remember, that could be someone that wasn't even introduced by you. It could have been from someone else. So that's the power of what we've got here. The other thing to really stress is this, and it is quite unique to CFX. In most matrices, when someone is in your matrix, they're paying their monthly fee or whatever it is, you're getting a fixed percentage return. That will never change. So, for example, you can fill up your matrix, and that is almost going to give you an exact same amount every single time. In CFX, it doesn't work like that. Someone can come in for a small pack, and they can work their way up through the pack. So what you'll see is your income will go up and up and up and up. So this is one of the key elements. So when Waskar set the business up as a way of giving back, it means that you don't have to go and build a massive organization to make life-changing money, because as people start upgrading their packs over time, you'll see your income go up and up and up. So as I've already said, someone on your 7th level of your business in your matrix is on a 100K pack, that can pay you as much as $6,000. That's just one person. The fast starts, again, phenomenal. Same thing with the Uni-Level. People in your business, what you'll see is they will go up and up and up. So your income will go up and up and up for your team size. So this is a remarkable, part of CFX, and something I think that a lot of people don't understand. They're in the business and they see the money they're making from the business, and they're looking at it short term. They're not thinking what that money is going to be worth to them a few years down the line. So, for example, on the fast starts alone, if you introduce 10 people and they might come in at $300, you're not going to be making a lot of money from those 10 people. But over time, they will work their way up to the 100K pack. And when they are, what that means is every few months, I don't know, depending on the trading return, 6-7 months, something like that, you're going to be receiving $150,000 just from the fast starts alone from 10 people. Think about that. How many businesses in the world can you make that kind of money from introducing 10 people? You can with CFX. This is why this rewards plan is off the charts. We're about to move into copy trading, which is going to, again, enhance the business tremendously. And also, as Waskar has already hinted, we're going to see a significant increase in the rewards plan, which is very exciting because, as I said, this is the best rewards plan I've seen by a very, very long way already. So the fact that the company's making it better is a real plus. And a final thing I just want to cover is the new payment processor that many of you may have noticed has gone live. I just want, you guys to understand what that means, okay? It's very easy to just think, oh, well, they just brought in a new payment processor, so what? No, this is a really big deal, guys, okay? So first and foremost, why has the company done this? What is the aim of bringing in a payment processor, their own payment processor? It's to protect the business long term. You think about it, the payment processor is an incredibly important part of the business. Money in, money out. Now, let's say that third-party payment processor fails, collapses, or decides they don't want to deal with CFX or anymore. Imagine what damage that would do to the business. You would see, basically no money in, no money out. So until they found an alternative, and that could take months and months and months, that would be devastating to the business. So by bringing it in-house, it's protecting the business. The other thing, which is really important to note, is the fact that the whole process of putting money into the business will be streamlined. It'll be easier for people. There'll be less errors. And the key thing is that if there is an error, it's a click of a switch to get it fixed. It's not as simple as that, but the fact is it is vastly easier than the system we've got at the moment. Because at the moment, if there is an issue, if you've been in the business a while, you've seen that there have been quite a lot of issues with live pay. For whatever reason, you make a payment, it doesn't go through or whatever. Trying to fix that is an absolute pain for the company. And people have been criticizing the company saying, oh, it's taking so long. That's why. It's because each one has to be done manually. So you can imagine they've got 1 million support tickets coming in, and they then have to sift through all of those to find these issues. They then have to do them manually. It can only be done by a few people in the company because it has to be people that is trustworthy with the Bitcoin holding of the company. So you can imagine not many people are trusted to do that. And you've got then a manual step-by-step process going backwards and forwards with a third-party payment process and everything else. So each case can take hours and hours just to fix. And if you throw in then the fact there's been errors and everything else, so a nightmare. So with the new system, that will change. You'll see that if there is an issue, bang, it'll be fixed in a fraction of the time. And the other thing is withdrawals. It's going to speed up the withdrawals. It's going to make the withdrawals more consistent. A lot of the withdrawal process is done manually right now. Ray had a person the other day that he was said, would you like to make a withdrawal? They made a withdrawal. The money was in their account in 8 minutes, guys. 8 minutes. That is phenomenal. Now, not to say it's going to be the same for everyone, and there may be fluctuations in Bitcoin. We know that can affect things, but these are the sort of benefits we're going to see from this. And the company has spent a lot of money on this. This is not something that is just a flick of a switch. Let's have a payment process there. Here we go. It's taken the company months and months and months to develop. And at great expense. So what does that tell you, again, about CFX? Now, think about this. There's a lot of companies out there that are rubbish. There's a lot of Ponzi's, a lot of scams out there. Is this something that a dodgy company would do? Absolutely not. Why bother? If your game plan is short term, you're basically going to keep with a third-party payment processor and then run off with the money, aren't you? That's why when you see things like this, again, getting back to the due diligence, I always bang on about, the fact is this company is being set up as a legacy company to be around long term. So really important that you and the people in your teams understand this is a big deal for CFX to be launching their own in-house payment processor. It's going to make things faster, better, easier, which is, again, typical. As you have a company moving forward, we are the pioneers in the business. We're going to get all the bumps in the road. We're going to get all the arrows. As the old saying goes, pioneers get all the arrows, but they also get all the good land. Key thing. So, we've been going through these processes, bumps in the road, challenges, etc. But you'll see that CFX are fixing, delivering. In the next few months, we've got some amazing developments with the copy trading, the headquarters, the academy program. Boy, we are in the right place at the right time with this business, guys. So I just really want to end on that really positive note because, when I saw the payment processor going live, I was damn excited because you just know this company's got our back and we're in such a good place as we move forward in 2021. So I hope you found that helpful, guys. As always, it's been recorded. It will be posted in the back office. So if you want to watch it again, great. And if you have people in your team that didn't manage to get to see it, then make sure that they can go into the library and see it. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and we'll speak soon. Take care.